well, your job is your passion.
Your passion.
You know, and just like he did say,
Yeah.
we also had models, you know, that we also looked up to.
Yeah.
I looked up to the likes of Ben Bruce, you know, Ben Bruce of the CWAB television, a very senior professional, one, especially in the area of anchoring of events.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was one model that I actually looked up to.
Yeah.
The likes of John Momo, you know, the MD CEO or chairman of China's television,
Yeah.
another great personality as far as the broadcasting world is concerned. And they also had the likes of Sonny Rabo,
Yeah, Sonia.
you know, the Danladi Bako, you know, these are seasoned, Senior Orwell Brown, and all of them. And today, as I speak, they've done so well in the broadcasting industry.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I think they are models, you know. So just like you did say, your passion, which is your job, should be that thing that should give you absolute satisfaction. But you see, it gets to a point where, at a point in life, you get to move on.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's
While
true.
also, you know, taking a breather and looking at other areas of multitasking. You know, yourself, you know, along the brand, along the profession
Yeah.
of what your desires really, what your desires really are. You know. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And so another celebration is the All Saints Day in Colombia. Yeah, the Nigerians celebrated the All Saints Day. I think that was on Friday. Yes, on Friday.
The Anglican Communion.
The Catholic.
Okay.
Yes,
So I think
celebrated
they
the All
celebrated
Saints
Father
Day.
Tansey.
Yeah.
Father Tansey, Cyprian Tansey.
Yeah, Cyprian Iweni Tansen
Yeah.
is one of the saints, yes. So the Catholics celebrated theirs here in Nigeria on Friday, and then Colombia is celebrating theirs today. All Saints Day is a holiday celebration dedicated to honoring all saints in the Christian tradition. Yeah, so that's it for the All Saints Day.
Do you have modern saints now?
Do we have one?
Modern saints in this modern generation.
Okay, modern saints.
No way.
I doubt.
No, because
I doubt.
we cannot have. You know what it is to be
We
a saint?
might. We still might have. What about the monks? What about the
you can't
monks?
even- you
You've
can't
not even seen them.
You can't.
You can't
pick.
tell.
Do you know Father Cyprian Equence's generation? You know how long. You know, between then it's well over 100 years. You know, and over 200 years BC. And since then, we've not picked any Nigerian again as a saint. And you can't pick because you can't pick.
I'm not on that lane with you. We can still, if we want to. All right. So the celebration we have. Okay, Color the World Orange Day. It is not always about getting cured, but about learning how to live with it. We don't know what that does really doesn't concern us. And then today is also the Constitution Day of the Dominican Republic. And then we have the Flag Day in Panama. That's uncover the country's incredible narratives beyond the Panama Canal. That's about Panama. And we also have National Chicken Lady Day. I really do not know what this is, but let's see it. National Chicken Lady Day is in honor of businesswomen and motivational speaker. Okay, so any businesswoman and motivational speaker, this day is set to honor you. So if you know you're a businesswoman, you're into business, or you are a motivational speaker, you speak, people listen, they want to do what you say, you motivate people with your words, your actions, whatever. Today is a day set aside to honor you. All right, we have the National Day of Community Service, and that's in Dominica. It says Dominica citizens are encouraged to clean up litter from the streets. So let's help them. So it's still attributed to us. You need to clean up every litter on your street. You have any dirt around your street, around your house, your vicinity, today is the day you come out and clean it. I know today is a Monday. You might have gone to work, yes, but when you return from work, please don't leave your environment dirty. Always learn to keep them clean, okay? And so we have the National Easy Bake Oven Day, and that's for those that bake. Yes, for those that bake. Confectionaries, yes. Yeah, so for those, that is the day for celebrating them today. If you know you bake, we're celebrating it today. And then we have roast dinner days, a delicious old home cooked roast. Allow yourself to indulge in today. So those of you that like eating out, today is the day for you to eat in. Make your meal yourself. Cook yourself. Sometimes I go to eateries and I see ladies. In fact, they frequent there. The way they talk to the person that owns the eatery or this roadside mama put, they tell you, customer. Customer means you are a regular. Does that mean you don't cook? I really cannot go to any eatery and they call me customer. No. I cook my meal. I love cooking. I can stay in the kitchen for hours cooking. Yes, I think I should go for that cookathon. I definitely will win. So please, if you know you have made outside or outdoor food your regular, you have to put a stop to it today, except you're very, very busy and would not have time to cook. But what about weekends? For those who stay in areas where electricity is steady, you can cook and put in your refrigerator. Whenever you want to eat, you just defrost and you eat. That's what I do, and it's been working for me. I don't have to cook every day. I can just take a weekend or a particular day and make all the kind of food I want to make, and I stuff my refrigerator. It's as easy as that. So please, let's enjoy homemade meal, okay? Roasted dinner today. We have the Traffic Directors Day, and those are the people that control traffic. Celebrate and appreciate the behind-the-scenes work of your local broadcast professionals. So those that control traffic, we're celebrating you today. And the one that hits me is Use Your Common Sense Day. Use Your Common Sense Day. And now some persons will ask, do we still have common sense, or is common sense common? Is it common? These days, common sense is no longer common. It's as expensive as anything, because people that you originally think they would have sense, they don't. They act haywire. They just go gaga. So on this day, it encourages us to think and act effectively. Don't be a rational thinker. Think and act effectively. Okay? Even if they say common sense is not common, let them know that it is common by the way you act, by the way you think, by the way you behave. Be positive in all that you do, and let people see what you do and want to emulate. So today, as we celebrate all the celebrations today, please do well to check yourself where you're faulting, brace up, and cover the bridge, or the gap rather.
Oh, that's a very beautiful one there. Bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap, yeah.
To kind of make sure that you are quite on point as regards a few of the tips that Lady Beth has proposited by way of information. The International Day celebrated all over, apart from a few of them.
Yeah.
But I think I picked up that aspect of celebrating the broadcasters, celebrating those behind the scene of traffic.
Traffic, yes.
Celebrating the World Orange Day, because orange is also a fruit. It's not just all about celebrating apple, or mango, but all variants of the species of fruit need to also be celebrated. Okay, I think that's on the World Celebration Day now.
Yeah, that's on the
So
World
we'll
Celebration.
just take a few trends.
My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. you no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetables every day, and if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information.
Welcome back. We had to redirect a technical issue. We're still on to Morning Ride, Monday's edition, and we're looking at issues that were actually trending over the weekend. And one of particular interest for me was the juvenile case of a suspect of the bad governance who were arrested.
We were arrested for the end bad governance.
And you see, what actually touched me was a lawyer who's on the side of government who came out with all impunity to say that the guys were not teenagers. But rather they were undergraduates and graduates.
How can they be undergraduates? But you saw their side. Very little boys.
I felt. I said, how is this man a lawyer or what?
Well, our eyes cannot deceive us.
Especially when it was recorded, even though we had blood, so as not to be able to look at the faces. But from
the one I saw was very clear. The one very dark man did was very clear.
These are undergraduates who came. These were teenagers who came to
fly the flag,
to show solidarity to their. I said, how can a lawyer, a very senior, learned, personality, talk to Nigerians like this? And you saw what the former vice president, the one-time president of Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, came and said, no, Nigerians should not be seen to be picking on those young boys because those tiny things, capital, anybody cold. Anybody cold. Do you understand? Because I remember many years ago, as a young boy, coming up, we partook in protests. Even when it was not our business.
And you don't even understand what it means.
When it was not even our business. It's our senior brothers, our senior ones who were in university who carried out the strike action. We were just opportune, either because we were walking past the road. Hey,
and you just say you join the crowd,
even knowing
what exactly yes, and what it means.
And when the police came and definitely everybody would disperse. But so enough, we were quite unfortunate to have been apprehended and all that. And he said they want to take over the country. I thought I was.
How can these little boys plan to take over the country? How would they start?
Meanwhile, the guys who sponsored the things, you could
They are
not even go
somewhere
and
else.
pick them. And no.
These little boys are boys that they can actually take off the street. I'm sure these boys are on the streets. That's why they are gullible.
Obviously.
So if you can take I think what the federal government is supposed to do is take them off the streets, get them something to do, like skills. Get them something to do. Those boys are very talented. You can check the areas where they can function very well, and then enhance their skills.
Yes.
Build them.
Yes.
You can use them for the betterment of the country.
Of the
But you
country.
locking them up, you're not doing them any good.
No.
You're causing more harm than good. Because by the time you lock them up, they go and they mingle with hardened criminals in there. And then when they are done with that, they come out. What becomes of them? They become very hardened. They become heartless. They become very strong. Because they have gone to learn from the source, the main source. But when you take them away from there, and the boys were too many. Their numbers, in fact, when I saw the video, I was like, is it a room? Or where would they put these people? Would they put them in a duplex? Or will the room even contain these people? You don't subject, I'll call them children. You don't subject them to that kind of life because they don't understand what they are doing. If they understand, I'm sure many of them, majority will not delve into that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the government should actually look into those kids' case, seriously.
Yeah, they should actually look into that, their cases with all seriousness because I think it's an issue now that is trending and it's all over.
Yeah, it is.
Because I was particularly not happy about the situation that how can a very senior learned personality come out to say that they were not minors, whereas we saw the footages and all of that indicating that these are minors,
And some
7,
of them
9 years, 10 years, 11 years old boys, 13
And
years.
some are malnourished already.
Yes,
There's one
ma'am.
they brought out, all the bones, the skeleton were just showing. That's to say, they don't even feed them well. You keep them there, you don't feed them well. What do you want them to
Our
do?
correctional centers are not the very best of it at all. Because may God not allow somebody have an opportunity to go there. But if you go there probably to carry out a few functions and you see some of these things, oh my word, it's actually heartbreaking.
I don't even have the mind to go there again. After I went there some years back, I was just weeping. And the warder was telling me, my dear, if you see what is happening. Okay, so these are the guys. So that little boy on the floor now.
Wants to overthrow Nigeria.
That little boy on the floor, did he faint or he died?
He fainted.
He fainted.
He fainted. He fainted. Look at.
And nothing is
Look
done.
at-
They're
look
just
at-
looking
see,
at.
see,
Okay, are these children undergraduates?
uh,
How can these boys be undergraduates?
And one lawyer is coming to say that these are graduates, whereas they are minors.
And these children, I'm very sure these children have not eaten. That's
They
why
have not
they're all
eaten. Look at them
collapsing.
now. Look at that one doesn't even know what he's doing because probably that guy there is his brother.
I think they should
My
just
heart
let these
actually
children go.
go for these young boys.
I'm telling you.
Because they were just passers by who probably.
Oh, well, unfortunate.
I actually my heart was really in my pockets, when I saw this scene, and honestly, I think
The other one too has fallen to the ground. The one on yellow, and he's holding his tummy. That's to say, hunger. There is hunger. You put these children there, you don't feed them. What do you expect? You just I don't know what they expect. See, the hardened criminals are out there. They are out there. These children, what do they know? The main criminals are out there, parading the streets free.
If all this, which I know is being shown to the international communities, are being watched, have you ever seen in England or America, they will show you things like this? They will not. Just mention the international Israel, will they show you the teenagers like this? They will not. The worst thing is they said each of them granted bail of 10 million naira.
Who's going to give them bail of 10 million
10
naira?
million, and the judge even had the impunity to even say 10 million naira. I said, look at this judge. Look at this judge. Where can this judge even bring 1 naira out from that?
They should just tell us that they want to give them life imprisonment, because definitely 10 million naira. Where would they get 10 million naira?
No, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to.
No, but where would they get 10 million naira from?
But you see, men looking at it, you should have sympathy, because we have children, we have younger ones, and all of that. You know, if your child is being treated like this, either as a judge or whatever position you find yourself, will you be happy? No, naturally, you will not be happy. Because amongst all these boys that are leaders, amongst all these boys that are great men, do you understand? Because you cannot have this number of minors now that you will see greatness among 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You just need is just the platform. You know, intelligent young boys, scientists, neurologists, lawyers, bankers, among these people, you know, who were probably passerbys. Yeah? So please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a clarion call, we're appealing, whichever means, please, sir, just stamp on mercy, you know, and the bill should be quashed, and probably they should be given first time, you know, okay, you are warned for the last time, don't do that again, you know.
All right, so that is it for that, and then Kemi Badenoch, a UK politician of Nigerian heritage, has been elected as the new leader of the Conservative Party, and she won against Robert Jenrick in the final voting round, securing 53,806 votes to Jenrick's 41,388. And that's a congratulation that a woman is actually beating a man. You know, the Conservative Party confirmed the election on Saturday through their official X page, posting announced Kemi Badenoch has been elected leader of the Conservative Party. And in her first remarks following the announcement, Badenoch, now recognized as the first black woman to lead a major UK political party, according to media reports, stated that the task that stands before us is tough but simple. These were her words. And then she said, our first responsibility as His Majesty's loyal opposition is to hold this Labour government to account. Our second is no less important. It is to prepare over the course of the next few years for government. And then the UK Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, extended his congratulations to her. And then we Nigerians are also saying congratulations
to Kemi.
Yes.
When I got the news, I was so
one.
excited. You see, but Kemi from the Yoruba extraction,
yes.
he's been there for years. I think that was where she was actually brought up.
Yeah.
You know, so over the years he's been very active as far as the political space is concerned. So we're not surprised that yes, he actually beat the other party to it. And we say congratulations, Kemi, and more grease to your elbow as we represent our fatherland, our great fatherland, Nigeria. So I think that's what we'll break it up for issues that are trending now. Almost immediately, we're taking a break, and when we'll come back, we'll be looking at what the papers are saying this morning with John Gold standing by. Morning Ride, Monday's edition. We'll be right back.
Governor Sheriff, they give us more better things for Delta.
That's why, yo, so na truth.
Na truth, oh. This Ugeli why they stay so.
Yes.
Governor Sheriff, they do roads.
That's why, yeah.
He not only they do roads, so they also they do drainages to make sure say the roads where we go they get for Delta, he not go poor. Me and you know say Governor Sheriff, they ready to give Deltas the best.
Yes. He talk now before he enter power.
As me and you they talk so, Adakbrasa road on. Adakbrasa now, where you take they go they meet that girl.
Which one?
That girl will say she not go fit marry you.
Okay.
Governor Sheriff don't rehabilitate Adakbrasa road. Yes, so. It's just about 1 year where Governor Sheriff enter power, so him don't start and complete different projects. Some of them he rehabilitate them.
More agenda, of course.
Yes, so.
You see, this thing when Oga Peter they talk so. Na truth. Just about 1 year in office, Governor Sheriff don't complete different projects, and he still they do more. as I dey road dey travel the other day, I see and say Governor Sheriff dey do rehabilitation for High Expressway, a 3-kilometer road.
Now, no be only that one. Recently, when I travel go see my friend for Warri South, I come see am say Governor Sheriff don do rehabilitation overlay of Ejegba community main road down to the roundabout.
Na that one you dey talk? Me, I just dey come from Wariso. When I hear say Governor Sheriff dey do flyover and say na Julius Berger, I say make I go see with my eyes. Seeing is believing. I reach there and I saw how they look. I see and say Governor Sheriff they construct flyover from PTI Junction to DSA roundabout. I said now wow, Governor Sheriff just start. He go start with legacy project so. And it dey progress so, even as we dey talk so.
More agenda. Governor Sheriff transforming Delta.
This village so this road now Wagba village. We thank our governor, Governor Sheriff. We make the road better for us so we feel pass the road well now.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Let's go!
No. Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go head? Bros, calm down. I know say it be like say all of us the verse now. But more will not say any damage what we they cause now, not to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we they talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter what we get as our own, now where we go call our own again?
Now truth it all go. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wait till make us come dey fight now.
When see our guy they talk so, it makes sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today, so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. When they fight, they prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want.
It takes peace to experience more. Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Alright, welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, it's Monday's edition of a Top Line television program, Morning Ride. And we are at that spot where we'll be looking at issues as they appear on our various tablets this morning. And joining us on the conversation is our own John Gold. John, would like to welcome you to our program.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Tano.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lily.
Okay, so we'll be looking at a few of the tablets this morning. We have the Nigerian Tribune. We also have the Daily Times, Daily Trust, and the Matrix. Okay, and these days, the Guardian, the Vanguard newspaper, and we'll be starting quickly. We're starting the conversation this morning with the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune. Thank you, my PD. The Nigerian Tribune is what we'll be starting with this morning. And the Nigerian Tribune has reforms. What I would have done differently. That statement is credited to one-time Vice President, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And he said, the writer to that, Nigerians rejected your ideas in 2023. That's a counter to that statement as postulated by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. What I would have done differently, that statement is credited to him. We'll just take one more story from the Tribune and move on. Are petrol cheaper than imported ones? That's a story on the flush left of the Nigerian Tribune, credited to Dangote, and says ex-depot price, it's 800 naira per liter. All right, that's where we'll drop it. We'll take on our next paper this morning.
Daily Times is our next paper for review. And on the head story on Daily Times, State of the Nation, what we would have done differently. And this story is credited to Atiku. The writer says offers Tinubu solutions to Nigerians' problem. And Atiku's economic proposals would have worsened Nigeria's situation. The presidency replies. Another story on the Daily Times, Tinubu committed to alleviating suffering of Nigerians. And this story is credited to the information minister. It says no leader would deliberately want his people to be in a state of blackouts and other problems. And that's it on the Daily Times.
Okay. Away from the Daily Times, I'm sure we're having issues now. Pushing all of that. Okay, we'll take on the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust is our next paper for review. And just like what Lydia Beth and I talked on this morning about the minors being detained, I think that's a lead story there that actually says families of detained minors cry for justice. And the writer to one of that says, I thought my son was dead. Falana orders challenge bill terms. IGP prosecutors' utterances is quite disappointing. That statement is credited to the ACF. We have also Governor Yusuf demands detainees return to Kano. CSOs threatened mass action. Serap wants minors released in 48 hours. Okay, I think that's a major storyline for us this morning because that formed our issues that are trending as far as the minors is concerned. So away from that paper now, we'll take on this day. A little bit to have the this day conversation.
Okay, the Matrix is our next paper for review, and the Matrix has it. More condemnations trail FG's prosecution of #End Bad Governance protesters. Serap issues 48 hours ultimatum to Tinubu to release hungry, malnourished children and other protesters. AFC condemns trial of minors, demands their immediate release. Finally, you lack jurisdiction to hear case. Dismiss it, Falana tells court. And that's it on the Matrix.
Okay, that statement got me smiling from the firebrand himself, Femi Falana.
Yes.
Dismiss it. Okay, we'll take on This Day newspaper. This Day newspaper by PD. Thank you so much. This Day newspaper, it's our next paper. Above the masthead, World Bank projects oil gloss in 2025 for sales price run to $73 per barrel. And below that, Atiku, federal government should adopt my manifesto. Presidency, Nigeria would have deteriorated under you. So there are two statements there. Atiku saying federal government should adopt my manifesto, and the presidency, by way of looking at that also from their own angle, would say Nigeria would have deteriorated under its administration. Okay, that's a measure for this day, this morning. The Guardian is our next paper.
On the Guardian paper, we have FG begins food imports, may extend zero duty initiative timeline. And as on page 6, we also have resource control, real reason for Rivers political crisis, says Fubara. And on hardship, APC slams Makinde and IMPI backs Tinubu as Atiku offers alternative path. And that's on the Guardian newspaper.
All right, the Vanguard, it's our next paper. We'll just take two stories there as it concerns us. The Vanguard newspaper, above the masthead, Asagbas 2 fierce legal battle looms. And below that, why exporters are struggling, says investigation. And the rider at that can't achieve pre-COVID performance. We are unable to benefit from higher dollar value. Exporters lament lack of access to export proceeds. It's about competitiveness and price, quality. Okay, the photos speak there. We see the Minister of Women Affairs making a midnight visit to the facility where 27 children were being detained in connection with the recent end-back government protest over the weekend. And just like a mother, she's gone there to actually say, yes, these children are quite minor, and I think the government will actually, I'm very convinced that the government has a hand in this, because that is where her purview under the Ministry of Social Development, Women Affairs, and all of that, because it's all about.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it for the Vanguard.
The Punch is next. Hashtag end bad governance. Northern governors, ACF orders demand minors release. The rider says North must wake up. Bala Mohammed charges region. And sounds differ on arraigned minors. And we also have aggrieved residents protest as king. Politicians visit Spain flawed scenes. Man jailed 6 months for attempting to sit daughter's UTME. And that's it on the Punch newspaper.
All right, back to the studio now. Thank you. Also, I would like to welcome you one more time, Abel John Go.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think the major for me, virtually all of the tabloids, has to do with there are two stories there for me. Go ahead, if you ask me. One of them has to do with the state of the nation. An article has said what he would have done differently, and the presidency is saying it would have been worse under his regime. Can you just speak to that conversation quickly?
Yes, the presidency is saying that it would have been worse under Atiku because of the antecedents. You know, Atiku, as a former was the former vice president of this country, and it was under his tenure that a lot of things were privatized, and he was in charge of the economy at that particular time. And before this election, he said he's going to sell the NLPC. Whether he actually says he's going to sell it to his cronies, I don't know, because that was the APC's accusation. So the way I'm of the belief with the presidency that some of the challenges we're having today in this country generated from Atiku and his then boss Obasanjo. This is my belief that if they have handled things very well, if they've taken this decision very well, yes, you can trace it to IBB, the military. But I would say most of them were during Obasanjo and Atiku. That was one of the government that was generally accepted in this country. You might not understand what I'm saying. The Obasanjo government was one government that was generally accepted.
Okay,
the Obasanjo government was one government that was generally accepted in this country. So, since that government was generally accepted in this country, whatever policy you drive will not be looked as tribal. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Will not be seen as a tribal, as a sentiment will not be whipped up towards your government. You know, the Jonathan's government at the time did not.
Yes.
We are strongly against Jonathan's government. The Buhari's government was not fully accepted here in the southeast and south.
Yes.
It was not fully accepted. The other person that is a little bit being accepted generally is Tinubu.
Yeah.
But Atiku's government.
Yes, Atiku's government.
The full government was fully accepted. Nigeria has accepted the government all rounder. They have opportunity to right many of the wrongs from the military then, but they did not do it. Instead, you privatize everything.
Yes.
I agree that privatization is good to some extent, but who those things you privatize then? What is happening to them today? Nigerian Airways was privatized. Where do we have a national carrier today? We don't have today. Nitel privatized. Now we now have MTN and Airtel. So what happened to the Nitel? You lay off workers. A lot of people lost their job in every industry, every area.
You said we don't have MTN, or we have MTN.
We now have MTN ahead. Then what happened to our Nitel? So a lot of things. So this was the reasons I believe that the presidency, if should I say, distorting or disparaging Atiku's policy. But there's nothing wrong. The president should also look at it that because Atiku failed, then those his policy should also be looked at. Peter Obi brought good policy that he wants to when he wants to run Nigeria. Atiku also brought good one. Even the APC also brought good one. To me, there's nothing wrong with calling Peter Obi. What would you have done if you were in position? Atiku, let's also look at your own, and let's look at the way out for this country. Yeah. Not that you just discredit everything they say because they contested against you. It's not done. Who told you that Nigeria rejected Atiku's policy? There could be reasons that Atiku did not win. That your policy that you wanted doesn't mean that your policies were accepted. I'm very sure that over 50% of Nigerians do not even listen to people's politicians' policy before they voted for them. They don't vote for them based on tribes or sentiment. So there's nothing wrong with presidency looking at Atiku's policy, even inviting Obi and Kwakwaso. But dismissing it, I strongly disagree. There could be such an idea there.
Yes.
Okay, like one of the reasons Atiku said that even reform should go with human heart. Is the presidency going with human heart in this reform? If they're going with human heart, you introduce rice that workers should buy rice. Only federal workers will buy rice 40,000 naira. Why will it be only federal workers? It's only federal workers that are eating. And how many of the federal workers even have access to this rice? It means your reforms are not human hearts. If you look very well, I learned that federal workers are buying rice in Abuja 40,000 naira. Why will you be only federal workers that will buy the rice?
What about
why don't you step it down to those in the state level, to those working at local government? Let everybody buy so that the pains will reduce.
To the masses, what about those who are not even working in either the federal or the state or the local?
No, it is believed that as a federal worker, if I buy rice 40,000, you as a state worker of you buy rice 40,000 naira, the patronage in the market will reduce. Are you getting me? And by the time the patronage dwindle down, the prices will crash. It is believed ahead that way. Everybody cannot actually get it ahead. But by the time you just give only few, how many federal workers are in Abuja? There are federal workers in the states. The police are federal workers. You know that? The Nigerian Army are federal workers. So it has to step down to even to the local government workers. That we know that it is for government workers. So that will now reduce demand from the markets. So when demand for market reduce, the prices will automatically crash. It will reduce.
No, definitely. Okay.
Don't forget, you buy a bag that maybe you might not be able to finish it. You can gift half bag to your family. It will sustain you. You have sustained that particular family. Another person might also do the same thing.
That's true.
We also have people that are also farming, that they don't eat rice, but they can use their level because they are government worker to buy it and give it to somebody.
That's true.
That's correct. Absolutely.
But this rice, like you said, this rice you talked about. But seriously, we've been hearing it, but we haven't even come across it. And most people are asking, where is the rice? Sometimes when I go to the market, they ask me, where is the rice? And I don't know what to say.
I was on the same belief with you until I found out that my colleagues were actually buying it. And when I asked, they said the state had been settled. But we don't know how they settle the state government with their own. You know, the federal government, because of politics, who really know the truth. Government don't tell us truth. Governments are like men that are wooing women. When the man is wooing women, will be lying just for us to get to women. And the sad governments keep lying to us.
All right, so let's look at this one that is actually trendy. Families of detained minors cry for justice. And someone said, I thought my son was dead. And then Falana and other lawyers challenged bail terms. The bail term was actually on a very high side. I think 10 million or thereabout.
Yeah, 10 million.
10 million. What's your take about? And some of the lawyers came out to say those boys are undergraduates, but we can see the majority of them are just kids.
Yes, that very issue. One just have to be dramatic. What I want you to understand is that there's high politics in this particular issue. Don't forget that the protest was a nationwide protest.
Yeah.
A nationwide protest. So that very protest was nationwide protest. So how come nationwide protest all over the country? People were arrested all over the country. How come those minors were arrested in only Kano and Adamawa? Have you asked yourself that question?
I haven't. Maybe I will ask now.
Nationwide protest. People were arrested all over the country. I think apart from about a few towns that had no weight in the Interbar here. But all over the country, the protest was nationwide. Apart from the east, sorry to say, I'm very sorry to say, there was no protest in the east. Then people were arrested in only Kano and Adamawa. That's why they arrested minors. Now, the parents, if those children are not, those minors, they're not orphaned or are not orphaned, people that were arrested 3 months ago, you did not come out to look for your child. We've not been hearing the cry of those parents looking for those children since that time. If your rich child, a child you betted, if you do not see that child for 1, 2, 3 days, you are going to look for that child.
But you know it's not everything the media will carry, number one.
It is not everything the media will carry.
Looking at those children, do you think their background is, they come from a well-educated background?
They are not. That is why those children are from those 2 particular places. Who saw the Russia flag those children were carrying in Kano? This thing is beyond what you are reading and you are interpreting in the media. The government, the presidency, Kwankwaso, Atiku, they know what they are doing. I'm very sure I go with the line of the inspection of police. Forget that stage 4. Yes, there could be minority. But I'm very sure that even that fee they place is to let the people who fend there to come out. Minors were not arrested in Delta. People were arrested in Delta. Minors were not arrested in other places.
Nobody flew the flag. Nobody flew the flag in Delta.
In Kano and those minority children, where did they get money to sew those flags?
Because it is only in states where
someone must have given them
that they actually
those minors, just like their marjorie, when you get police to beg, those minors were working for somebody. The person do not know how to come outside, come back to defend justice. The presidency know about all those things. Please, yes, it is against the laws to detain minor, but the minor law is I think 0 to 7, then 7 to 8 to 12. They have international laws like that. You cannot just keep them like that for no reason. But these are political children. If government to release those children, they should release them to school or vocational center direct. Because I'm sure those children have no parents. I'm very sure those children have no parents. If they have parents, no parent will leave his as child. The police custody for that long. They would have been crying for those children for long now.
But one of the parents came out to say, I thought my child was dead.
Yes. Just as the child also fell in the court, it did not force. It's only for you to come and fall in the court is a camera.
Okay, are you trying to say that was stage managed?
I don't know.
I 100% believe that it was stage managed. And Atiku and Kwankwaso, I wonder why this happened in their place. It means they are failed leaders. How could minors be coming to protest in their place? Those minors are supposed to be in school. Those minors are supposed to be in school in Atiku and Kwankwaso place. They are the renowned leaders from their place.
So
it means whoever is using those minors have been using them wrongly.
So
children are supposed to be in school vocational centers.
Are you saying those children, they actually deserve what they are going through now? Is it what you're saying?
Because they were misled. They don't deserve it. Are you getting me? To me, the federal government, why is it that when politicians are fighting. It is the grass that suffer. The miners that are suffering it. Leaving the head, the root. Who send those kids? Who empower those kids? Who are supposed to have those children in school? The federal government should release those children, but to schools, of vocational schools, centers to go and learn skills or trade, but not to those people. Those people, I know they are real parents. No real parent will leave his or her child in custody for that time.
That long, yeah.
Okay, we'll just take 2 more stories, which are also thought-provoking. This one that concerns everyone, the economy, most especially from the purview of fuel. Dangote reveals petrol price sells at 990,000 naira per litre. That means there's no hope at all. Because we were taking that with the presence of Dangote in the as a stakeholder.
Yes.
You know, 990 is 1,000.
Yes.
And that's before that's living is.
That's living Lekki. That's the cost of living Lekki. Yes. Are you getting me? Yes. So by the time you enter Lagos, it will not be 1,000 naira. That's you now 1,000 naira. So by you not say in Lagos maybe 1,050 naira, 1,030 naira because of the area in Lagos. Then you now move from there as coming to south, east, south, north. It should be increasing because you are spending more money to buy it. Yeah, that is. I'm very sure. For what I know about fuel, Dangote's price is fair.
Really?
Yes, it's a very fair price. If you know the cost of crude oil today, you will agree with us that Dangote's price is fair. The problem is that I want to appeal to the Nigerian government. I read in the social media where a man has 4 wives and he has the capacity to marry more wives. He's now going after one girlfriend. Why is NNPC interested in Dangote's refineries when you have 4 refineries that are decaying there? The federal government should fix our refineries. Are you getting it? The even state governor, if Dangote, take an example of Niger Delta, they call themselves Brace State, NDDC. If Dangote can establish a refinery, why can't these state governors come together with the huge allocation they are receiving from FACT monthly and build their own refineries? I believe that if every government build a refinery, for fight to come from the Dangote refinery to Delta State, it will cost more. That will reduce and it will still create employment. Why just say Dangote? Don't forget that Dangote is in business to make profit. He opened the refinery not to service Nigeria, but to make profit for himself. It's for profit base that he opened that refinery. It's not for you. It's not. Even government will not open it and give you freely.
But maybe those believe that his opening the refinery was to ease the burden of Nigeria.
It's easy the burden, but what you have been enjoying is about subsidy. Now the subsidy is no longer there. The forest is no longer there. So you are seeing the reality now. Yes. Well, that is what is there. With the removal of the subsidy, you are seeing the refuel.
Okay.
And it's also determined by dollars. If dollar increase, okay, Dangote is no longer not buying crude from here, no longer imported one. But if crude market increase, if crude oil goes up, its own price will go up because it's an international market.
Yeah.
Forget that Nigeria owns the crude oil. We don't determine the price. We don't have right to determine the price of crude oil.
It's actually laughable. We have the product, and then we take it outside to refine, and then they bring it back to us at higher price.
That is where Nigeria fail. If our refineries are working, the cost of freighting it overseas. I don't think it's something you should discuss here, please. Yes, let's step that aside because whatever you say, you are in media. You are an influencer. On the methanol, DBS, Illivet said this. This is monarch issue. I'm going to do with the that is housing the state capital.
Okay, so they should go and pick up a copy of the
Vanguard
Vanguard
and paper.
and understand that properly.
Okay, quickly, EFCC, why do state governors rage? And this is coming from EFCC. Writer says, Anti-Corruption Commission under pressure. And EFCC is also saying they are feeling the heat of our work.
They are feeling the heat of our work.
The heat of their work.
Why? But of course, you know they will feel it. And you not feel the heat of what you are doing here.
No, but for EFCC to, give themselves appraisal, to praise themselves.
Okay, now let me tell you, when you fight corruption, corruption will fight you back.
Yes. Corruption will
now, they know what they have achieved. Unlike before, the EFCC, when they go to arrest anybody, you hear the news, EFCC don't go catch this person, the person hide. But that kind. But now, they are doing it in a refined way. When they invite you, it's only when you feel that you become news. And when they invite you, no more noise as it used to be. They present their facts. This and this and this were alleged to have been stolen by you as a former governor or politician. Yes. They complete bargain.
Okay.
Person asked, okay, yes, it was established that I did not steal 200 billion, but I misappropriated 200 billion. Okay, I can part with 100 billion. So this is going on silently. Or like the former media war, whereby you arrest someone that stole biro to be in all the media. You spend money that is 10, you recover one biro, you spend money for 10 biro on media to announce to the world that you arrested somebody that stole one biro. So it's no longer that pattern again.
But would you say EFCC is actually doing well in trying to apprehend those that have looted the country's economy?
Yeah, I would say to some extent for what I'm hearing. Babe, if you go around this country, even your politicians, they will not tell you. Some of them are going there to cry you. Enough past governors that they be picking on. I'm in the media too, so I know what is happening, but they won't tell you.
Yeah.
So, to some extent, they are recovering.
Okay.
But what we don't know, whether, for example, now let's say one former governor stole from Delta State now, and that money is recovered now. Whether will the money come to Delta State, that I don't know. Okay. If you look at the Coca Bridge, you remember how that issue came. It was alleged that Ibori's money, it was established that the money Ibori gave to Nuhu Ribadu then, that was seized. And when the federal government repatriated the money, they seized the money, they wanted to use money for that project. And our then governor, the smart governor, appealed to the federal government, please, that money belongs to Delta, return it to Delta. Federal government said no. Okay, if you are not going to return to Delta, let us use it to do a project in Delta. And Coca Bridge was proposed, and Buhari, having a human heart, released the money towards that particular bridge. So this is might not return like that. You might not have a smart governor. You might have a governor who wants to be shy away from the truth. So I think that Coca Bridge today. Coca Bridge was Boris' money, as I said. Okay. Alleged Boris' money. Let me see what alleged. Okay. So whether the money will come back, we won't know. That is just the challenge.
All right.
I will not enjoy Coca Bridge.
Of course.
That bridge should be named the Boris Bridge.
For what now? Why will it be named the Boris Bridge? It should be named Okowa's Bridge. Okowa has got. Don't forget, Delta State once said their money did not lose. Do you know answer? Because the state government said their money did not lose. Nobody stole their money. So you that they allege that they stole your money, you say your money did not lose. Later, federal government recover money. You now say you want to take the money. So if not that Buhari was merciful, was have a human heart, sorry to say, and Okowa was smart, that money will just go. Who get that bridge? Or let's say the vice president was close to Okowa. Then who helped to lobby it?
Okay.
All right, I would like to thank you so
much.
Mr. John Gold, for actually speaking to the conversation as it concerns major stories on our Nigerian tabloids this morning. We'll be taking a short break, and when we come back, it will be yet another spot on Morning Ride. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information. My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C, and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium, and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetables every day, and if you even get blended, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
All right, you're welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, it's Morning Ride, Monday's edition of the program. And we did tell you that we are coming on our very last conversation this morning. And I'd like to make welcome, joining us in the studio, Engineer Anthony Unuafe, the General Manager of the Delta State Small Towns Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, STOWASA. I'd like to welcome you to our program, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mame.
And sitting very closely is the head of Department Sanitation of the same agency, STOWASA, Mrs. Magini. I'd like to welcome you to our studios this morning. Okay, so quickly, my GM, I'd like to appreciate your presence because there was a follow-up to our discussion because at the point we noticed that we were still experiencing what we call open air defecation, which is almost becoming a menace in our society today. As the general manager of STOWASA, what is your agency actually doing to actually put an end? You know, because we cannot, if we go to civilized climes, you know, you can't see things like that. It's becoming a menace and embarrassment to our country, Nigeria. So at the state level, what's your agency doing to nip all of that in the bud?
Thank you, Mr. Mame. First and foremost, we need to understand what is opedification-free community. An opedification-free community is a community where a large percent of the community have stopped passing feces on the surface of the ground. And the essence of this opedification-free is that we should ask ourselves what is the impact of opedification. Opedification have a challenge of polluting our water aquifer, thereby causing what we may call waterborne diseases, such as diarrhea, E. coli, dysentery, and a host of other diseases. And those diseases are very prevalent these days because of opodification. If a community is opodification free, then there's bound to be a better health service delivery in such community. As an agency of government, we have the mandate to ensure that we supply potable water supply to all small town community across Delta State. And these are communities of 5,000 to 20,000 in terms of population. And the idea is when we supply adequate water to the people have water to flush their toilets because they need to wash their hands and to now ensure clean hygiene, high level of hygiene. Then apart from that, as an agency, we have the mandate also to ensure that our community are ODF free by the year 2030, because that's the Millennium Development Goal, that's the SDG goal 6.2, which is that wish by 2030 that all communities in Nigeria should be free from ODF. So we want to ensure that small town communities achieve that status by the year 2030. And how do I achieve that? We can achieve that first and foremost, as I said earlier, by providing adequate water supply in our homes, in our schools, in our health center, in our market, in our motor parks. We are resident in small towns. And when we provide water, we also make sure people build toilets, own toilets, and use the toilet. Because sometimes that it's possible to have toilets without people using them. Like in some schools where we have toilets, students still go to the bush to pass their physics on the surface of the ground. You can see the example of somebody on the bridge side. The person, there are toilets around, but the person decides to do it this way. So the idea is to carry out sensitization. As an agency, we are highly involved in sensitization and advocacy of our communities so that the practice of opodification can be stopped or eliminated. Then in doing that, we don't want to stop it. We want to make sure that we sensitize them, we trigger them to own their own toilets and build toilets. Definitely, government cannot build toilets for every homes. So the idea is to sensitize the various homes, the household, to own toilets and make sure that toilets are being used.
All right, so how long have you started this sensitization program and how many schools have you been able to visit and the impact, the positive impact of this sensitization to schools and hospitals?
Yes, in the area of carrying our activities, the area of advocacy sensitization, some 3 years back, just before the 2019 outbreak of COVID-19, yeah, we went about going from school to school, trying to sensitize the school people during the assembly grant to ensure that they wash their hands and also use toilets and wash their hands after using toilet, that they should stop opodification in the school premises. We have gone to school like St. Patrick, we also gone to school like Hollywood and the host of other schools in Delta State to sensitize the pupils and the students and the teachers that they should make sure that toilets are properly maintained in the school system and being utilized. Apart from that, we have also gone to communities. Each time we are constructing a water facility in a community, we also sensitize the community. We also have town hall meetings with the communities in terms of sensitizing them to make sure that they build toilets, own toilets, and ensure use the toilets. Apart from communities, we also have toilets construction in school. Like last year, we intervened about 3 schools to construct, like Bogumen, Erowa, and some other places. We are able to construct toilets for the pupils, for them to use. We are concentrating on secondary schools, while we are focusing on primary schools. Then, and also, we also go to primary health centers to also make sure that, because when a lot of people visit primary health centers, the health centers, we also make sure that we also build toilets for them. Rehabilitate, if they have old ones that are dilapidated, we repair them, make sure they are put into use. And the host of others, we have been in it for the past, let me say 2019 today, that's almost 5 years now we have been. Because since after the outbreak of that COVID-19, we have increased our tempo to ensure that every home in Delta State, every school, and every health center have toilets. And to cry to this month, for example, is our World Toilet month. I think specifically on the 19th of November is the celebration of World Water Day, and we tend to come out with a lot of activities toward this sensitization to drive it to the homes, to the schools, to the people, to all data, that everyone should own toilet, everybody should use toilet, everybody should stop doing OD in their environment, because OD is dangerous. OD means opification. When you add F, you call ODF. That is, we want the environment to be free from OD. The idea is that we spend a lot of money on health, on servicing health challenges. So, but when we stop ODF, the money we spend on health will be reduced. The money, the budget for health, the money we waste on health challenges will be reduced. If you can get water supply and take off sanitation and hygiene, then we will be guaranteeing of our well-being in terms of health. Thank you.
Okay. Madam Endurance, yeah? Yes. Okay, so as head of sanitation, now some persons believe that open defecation is actually what they need because of probably debris, or they don't want to use the toilets because of infection and stuff like that. So why is it bad to do open defecation? Why is it bad? Maybe in the bushes, why is it bad?
Open defecation is an enemy of people's health. It is, there's no advantage, there's no benefit to open defecation, because as you defecate in the bushes, even when there's no rain, when it's dried, the wind will carry it and it gets to our water bodies. And if it rains, the water, the feces that is defecated in the open, we drain down to our water sources. They will drain underground, and water will also wash them into the streams. And in most of our communities, especially in the riverine areas, they get water from open sources, as in rivers and streams. Some of them even drink it. Even when we were growing up, we lived in some of these communities. We will paddle the canoe to maybe midstream and get water with the feeling that one is a little bit clean. But it has dissolved. It has dissolved. Their fecal matter has dissolved. So you have issues of pollution, E. coli, Escherichia coli, a lot of disease organisms get dissolved in the water. And when they drink it, they come down. Sometime last year, there was an outbreak of cholera. What is causing it is just contact with fecal matter. It's contact. It's pollution of our water sources through this open defecation. It's a serious menace that needs to be stopped. And that is what the agency is doing. We organize a lot of sensitization campaigns, especially in communities. You know, in the urban areas, to an extent, people have few minimal access to feces. It's reduced compared to communities, because most people in the communities, they have bushes, so they just feel when you defecate, it will not come to the house and the rest. So in urban areas, we have toilets, although those ones also have their issues too. There's also problem with that, because most of our toilets are not sanitary. They are not sanitary.
So this open defecation, does it have to do with physics alone or both urine?
Both physics and urine. Any waste that comes out of the body, if it is not well disposed, it becomes a problem. It causes problem to our health. And that is what we are trying to prevent.
Okay, thank you, sir. I want my GM to respond now. There are some civilized countries that we have been privileged to visit, where they say, okay, you use their facility, right, to the toilet facility, but you don't throw in the tissue paper. There's a separate place where they say, okay, don't put tissue paper here. Use a normal toilet. And they recycle that water. Don't you think we should get to that point as well?
Yeah, the technology has advanced in the developed world. We have different types of toilet system. We have the flush toilet, we have the pour wash, we have the ecological friendly toilets, sanitary toilets, we have the compost toilets. These different types of toilets are built based on the level of development of the community, of the environment. In the developed country you mentioned about, yes, the water physics or whatever wastewater is being circulated and reused. Because we say waste is wet. Like in India, for example, some few years back, India was number one dirtiest country in terms of opification. But Nigeria was number 2 there. But of now, India have solved their problem and left that position for Nigeria to take over, which is very poor. That was why a state of emergency was set up at national level, which was to scale to Delta State. That was before the last admission left there. And the idea behind it is that in our broad over there, people manage their waste properly. They recycle it and convert it to wet. For example, from what we call shit here, you can get biogas. You can convert gas for domestic cooking. Now gas is very expensive, but from shit you can get gas.
Really?
Yeah. Good. So from shit you can get even fertilizers for farming. You can fertilize. Just the fertilizer from shit is so nourishing, and it's so nourishing that if you use it, it's not this chemicalized fertilizer that we are using, which is even dangerous to our own body system. But the natural fertilizer from shit is very good, nutritious for the crops. Then apart from that, we can create a lot of job opportunity from even the use or circulation of shit, of feces. So in our broad there are rules, there are laws. People obey rules, people obey law. But here in this part of the world, people don't obey rules and law. Implementation of our laws and it's a problem here. So there are regulations that people put in place and they ensure that people use them. Now, for example, if you put a law that wherever you urinate in a public place, I know Anambra State or recent, I've just started something like that. That if you go to Onitsha now, you have to manage where you urinate. You have to hold yourself. Don't do too much water when you are in Anambra State. Things like that. Yeah. We believe that gradually such things can come to our own environment too. But you know that you don't just get anywhere and open your private part and begin to urinate on the gutter. Delta State government has spent so much money to construct drainages so that our waters overflow in terms of the erosion water can go to the normal place, rivers. But people pollute this river. People use even our homes. It's a pity, it's a shame. People drain their water from their toilets, from their kitchen, all to the drainage. And they pay nothing for it. I believe that the Ministry of Environment have a lot to do in terms of this type of regulation we're talking about. That they ought to, there should be a measure in place whereby people don't just go to the drainage system constructed by government and put all kinds of wastewater and open the sheets or feces into it. It makes the city to smell. It makes it to smell. I can go to ShopRite some years ago, though so little effort have been done in it. If you are going in front of ShopRite, you see the whole of that this Itabwa roundabout place. Smelling badly. What is a city called crying aloud? You don't want to be so. In developed places, such things don't take place. There are regulations. We are supposed to, whatever you call shit, you are supposed to protect it, preserve it. You don't make it exposed. Cover it up and make sure that these things are well taken care of. Whereas we need to check our hygiene system here. Is poor presently. We need to work on it. So in those abroad, you have just measured. They have systems in place that checkmate people for doing the wrong thing. That if you use toilet, you must flush properly, but don't use your toilet tissue inside the toilet. Because why are they doing that? They want to recycle that feces. They want to recycle that urine, so that it can be used again. Like when I do my IT in share those days, you know that the water that we drink in share those days was produced from the river where we are going to the sea. They cycle the same water that people are defecating on, and we drink it. So we can do the same thing. Water everywhere, but not to drink. Surface water can be recycled, can be treated. Like I'm planning for there's a design I'm working on, which I think it can come to that state. We call it water harvester project. We have rainwater harvester technology. We also have river water harvester technology. The water that's on the surface can be treated and become a quality water for drinking, even salt water. There's no water that cannot be treated. But here we have a lot of water around us. but we don't bother to treat this water. It's all waste. So that's why there's a clear call for we to sit down and do things correctly. Because we cannot continue to be where we are. We need to move forward.
Yeah, sure.
We need to advance as a country, as a state. It has become so necessary. Government is doing a lot to ensure that, like this year alone, the agency have constructed through the support of the Excellency, our Excellency, Chair Browere. We have supported us so much, and we are able to provide close to about 42 wash facilities across the three territorial districts in Delta State. This year alone, as an agency. Last year we did 9, and before last year we did about 10. The UNDSP project, we are collaborating with EU, we are collaborating with World Bank, we are collaborating with federal government. These are counterpart program going on, and I believe that all we need to do as a people is to have a new orientation that this water provided to us. Some people even surprised me, some community, they have water in the front of their compound, though they cannot connect it to their toilets. It makes life easier when you get water, your toilet flush. Then we have moved from this pit latrine system to improve toilet. There are minimum standards for health, ecological friendly toilet. People should go have improved toilets so that we can be free from these diseases caused by waterborne diseases.
All right, you talked about pit toilets now. Is pit toilets also good? Is it advisable? Is it, and do we need to encourage pit toilets?
The pit toilets that we grew up when we were in primary school those days.
Yeah, the one you dig maybe at the back of your house.
Yeah.
You dig it deep, and then people start using it. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, the pit toilet that was used those days traditionally were wrong, totally wrong. Because the soil of the ground was just empty, left loose. The shit entered the water aquifer and pollute our water, especially in the villages. For example, I came from a village in Delta South. If I go home, I cannot afford to drink water from the well because all the neighbors around me, I know that most of them don't have toilets. They go to the bush, back of their houses, to pass their shit, their feces, and this shit goes into the water. So most of the people who are dying in the villages, they're not dying because of witches and wizards. People are dying young, not because of their drinking polluted water. Not witches and wizards killing them in the villages. But they don't know the villagers think it's the witches and wizards killing them. They're not, the devil is not as powerful as they think he is. But we will kill ourselves by when we drink this polluted water. We die young. We can see the age of the last span of president is so short. Why is it so? Because we are drinking polluted water. We need to increase our hygiene. When we increase our hygiene, then longevity can be guaranteed. That the pit toilet we talk about, for you to have a modern pit toilet, there must be a slab at the bottom of the pit toilet.
Okay.
To preserve the sheet or the water penetrating into the water aquifer. It's a standard that must be maintained. So if there's any pit toilet that's not done that way, I expect Ministry of Environment to stop, to close such pit toilet from being used. We have to move from where we are. Those that wish to have environmental officer, we need to move from compound to compound. But we are just environmental health officer. They are seated in the office. What are they doing in the office? We need to going back to regulations again. We need to wake up from our slumber so that we can have a healthy society. Healthiness, they say, is godliness.
Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Ejeras Magini, as head of the sanitation department, because Nigeria has spoken extensively on your achievements so far, but I think there's still a lacuna somewhere, and that has to do with a communication gap, because in all of this you still see most landlords not even building facilities, and we also see some houses too, because it says the freezers can't get into water. Some houses that build their borehole, and beside, in front of that borehole is where their physics goes into by way of can I call it now? I don't know name. I can't.
Seepage.
Yes.
On the ground seepage.
Yes, on the ground and all of that. So what's your agency doing now? To carry out serious sensitization that these things are dangerous, because if the waste synchronizes with the water and it goes up as water or flows into the house, people still go and drink it. What advice do you have?
Yes, we, as an agency, we have a strategy, a model that we use, that we are embarking on. Though we are just starting off, but it's a full package. We are embarking on a social behavioral change communication, SBCC campaign. Like the case of urban areas, that such case is really difficult because the minimum distance is 30 meters, which is 100 feet, between your water source and the source of contamination. As in, if you have your toilet, and your water source, maybe your borehole, the toilet should be as in 30 meters away from your borehole, so that to avoid contamination. But you see that our lands is not like in a village that will have a lot of places, a lot of land to build. You will see that you cannot go to your neighbor to say he should not put his toilet or his water source wherever he wants to put it. So that distance, that minimum distance, in most cases, is not being maintained. But as much as possible, in our campaign, in our sensitization, we made them know that your toilet and your water source should not be close to each other to avoid that contamination. But especially in the, like I told you about the SBCC campaign, we are trying to change the thoughts, the mindset of people. People feeling like my GM said, people feeling that their actions will not affect their health. Okay. We cannot continue to do things the way we used to do it and expect a different result. We'll get the same result. But when we do things differently, I think making them know that the way you dispose your feces, your refuse, have a directive part on your health status. Making them know that they are to build toilets, not just building it as for fancy, but they are to use it. They should build and use, and they should avoid contamination with feces as much as possible. And funnily, in the urban areas, some people, when their toilets are filled, they will want to remove the effluent, that's the water part. They open the toilet into gutters to feel that. They do it. Funnily, they do it at night. Okay. So we need a serious enforcement to make sure that some of these practices are avoided. We have to avoid contamination with feces as much as possible to safeguard our health. We know the disease. Even typhoid is a fecal oral disease. Typhoid, you get typhoid from contaminated water. Yes. That's salmonella. Release in feces too. When water, the activity, when the feces is exposed, the fly gets to it and take it and goes into your food or into your water. By the time you eat it or drink it, you get infected. So there are a lot of diseases that are attached to feces, pollution from feces, that we need to avoid.
Okay, GM, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a fact that public water sources are not readily available to ensure adequate sanitation. Now, what step is your office taking to improve water accessibility, especially for Deltans?
Yes, Delta State is very lucky and blessed by the privilege we have at hand presently by donor bodies like World Bank, EU coming to support us. In the sense that as an agency, we are partnering with the Soilwatch World Bank program to ensure that there's adequate water supply to Deltans across the 3 senatorial districts. In fact, as we are speaking, there are a lot of ongoing construction going on in 39 communities across Delta State. 39. And not just constructing only the water facilities. And they are not just ordinary motorized boreholes. They are solar powered boreholes. So that 24 hours of the day, water supply can be guaranteed and sustained. Then apart from that, these projects are packaged in such a way, designed in such a way to ensure that water supply is extended to the homes, to the household. So we have each of these contracts having at least 100 households connecting to this water being provided. Then apart from that, we have what we call Water Consumer Association, which sometimes we also call WashCom in some smaller rural communities. These water committees, they are the ones to operate and maintain these wash facilities. So they now have a buy-in. At the end of the day, everybody is a participator. The government is participating greatly. The federal government, the state government is participating. The agencies is representing the government in this aspect. Then the community, through the water committees, they are also participating. They are also part owner of these facilities. They operate and maintain this thing. So when they go 40, they don't wait for government before they freeze them, unless there's a major breakdown. In fact, at local government, we have what we call wash units, which as we speaking, we are the water resources ministries making effort to convert this wash unit to wash department at the local government level. It's part of our water law and water policy. The essence is that local government structure also have a role to play to guarantee and ensure our healthy environment. What would they do? This local government, they help us to supervise the water consumer association and WashCom. We invite them for total, we train them. They are officers trained in their various professional fields that are related to wash. So you can say there should be close monitoring. They also help us to do close monitoring. We supervise whatever they do, and they report to us. At the end of the day, we also have what we have, apart from the local government, we have a local government scientific task group. We call it STG. That's called STG. Then apart from the STG, we also have got the state scientific task force. So all we need to do is to ginger ourselves, collaborate with all the other stakeholders. Then, as I told you earlier, this is the month we will call World Toilet Month for celebration of World Water Day, which is 19th of November. We want to come out with a program this month that will bring all the stakeholders together on sanitation, so that we can now do further advocacy and sensitization collectively. We may invite local government to come over to the state level for more participation, for more training. At the end of it all, it's going to be a win-win for everybody, and we shall have a healthy, clean delta state.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've spoken.
I think this is. I would like to thank you so much, my general manager, and of course, the HOD sanitation, Mrs. Endurance Magini. Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. Engineer Mgrafi Anthony, General Manager, Delta State Small Town Water Supply Sanitation Agencies, DOWASA. We will be bringing you regularly because we would also be partners with your agency so as to carry out our own little way of sensitizing the public so that we can say no to health issues, while also looking forward to making sure that openification, we call it Open Air University. Is a slogan for it, you know, by way of participation, you know. So we'll make sure this is a a zero, because India, which used to be number one, has left Nigeria behind. You know, so in 1 minute, what your advice now is as we allow you go.
As we go off, we want to advise all debtors, especially those dwelling in our communities, that they should ensure that there is no openification in their communities. And our community leaders, from the palace to the President General's authorities, they should ensure that people stop openification. That is the only way we can guarantee healthy environment that will be free from waterborne diseases. And we should drive this home to our children. They should also encourage hand washing. Hand washing should be done constantly, because in doing that, when you use your toilet, you should wash your hands after use, constantly. When you come back from home, you should wash your hands. go to the market, you come and wash your hand. Hand washing is also a critical aspect of it. Maybe subsequent program will deliberate more on the need for hand washing so that people can have clean and healthy lifestyle.
Okay, thank you so much.
And before I go, I want to really officially present this National Open Education Free Certification Protocol, so that you can go through it and also use as an instrument of advocacy and sensitization in when you are doing your program.
Thank you so much.
So just take it on behalf of Delta State Small Town Water Supply and Sanitation Agency. I present this to you as an instrument for you to continue this campaign against ODA. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
DBS to be an ambassador to making sure that it's a no to open amplification. So we'd like to thank you so much, my GM, for giving us that privilege honor to be part of your agency. And so this is where we'll be breaking up our transmission on Morning Ride this morning. The team has been quite very, very encouraging, from my producer to my PD to the men behind the cameras. So Willie Libet, as I say, goodbye, speak later.
Okay, from Lilibet to Gochuku, all I have to say is please stop open defecation. Let's live a life of health. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Okay, so on that note, to say no to open edification, and we'll make sure that we always run that campaign regularly on our show. Till we come your way again, same time tomorrow, bright and early. My name is Ona Meta. God bless the Delta State, God bless Nigeria.